Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I want to speak about how to manifest a soulmate relationship. I've made another video about soulmates, and you can check it out. I'll probably link it up there so you can check it out in the cards. But I want to give you my perspective on how to manifest soulmate relationships, and this may be especially beneficial to you if you've been manifesting for a while and you're looking for more fulfilling results. So we're going to get into that in just a second. And before we do, I just want to let you know that I have these personal services that are available through my website, so check them out in the link below. There's also this free mini guide that's there, that you can download and get the process to manifest soulmate relationships. So you can do that. And also I have a course that's coming up also on manifesting soulmate relationships, and this course is on a discount, 30% off until I don't announce it. So if you'd like to register for it now, you can get it at a discount, and it's really detailed. It's you will have the entire process, everything that you need to manifest and live a life that is aligned with the soulmate vibration. It's not just about manifesting one person, although you will know how to do that also in the course. But it's a really wholesome course, that addresses different levels, from the physical to the soul to all of it, so that what you manifest, the relationships that you manifest, are totally soul aligned. They're actually what we call a soulmate relationship. And also, it addresses those people who want to turn their relationships, their existing relationships, into a soulmate experience as well. Okay, so having said that, we're going to now move into the video, which is how to manifest a soulmate relationship. And I want to give you a few steps related to this. And the first step is okay, so the first thing to know, actually, before I tell you the steps, is what is a soulmate relationship. It's soulmate relationships are different from other relationships in that they represent more of your wholeness. They reflect your wholeness. So it's not just like, for example, we come together with other people for socio-economic factors, for our security and these more social factors. For example, my hobbies are the same as another person and we enjoy that together, so there's that camaraderie that's there, there's that friendship that's there, something like this. So this is probably an example of socio-economic, or they belong to, let's say, the same caste as me, or the same religion, or just like a similar, more loosely similar background, let's say same class or whatever. Or they have just, they like the same music, they've been exposed to the same sort of environment. So those can be factors that are bonding, that those are more socio-economic factors, and they are important, they're not just superficial. And I'm not saying that you should only go for people who've been brought up in the same exact environment, but I mean that we find some similarities at the socio-economic level. So whatever's important to you within that, for example, it could be your political opinions as well. Let's say your political opinions are that you want equality, then you might be choosing relationships that are you like interacting with people who are from different cultures and different backgrounds than you, and that's your idea of your value. So it can be different, but it's still like at the socioeconomic level. Then there is also this level that is more internal, so it's a little bit deeper than just your intellectual and what's out there social, and even I would say even deeper than emotional. We also have this emotional matching that we need to happen with, especially with a partner that we live with, or our romantic partners, let's just say, or our marriage partners, whatever. And we need to have, of course, this level of compatibility when it comes to our emotions, that they should be able to understand me, and they have like they can receive me, in the way that I like to be received and stuff. And all of that is lovely, we need to have some aspects of that also playing out. But perhaps what the most core thing that humans are missing now, because we're missing it in everything, because we haven't been taught in society as much, is those internal values, that are very, very core, that are beyond just even this physical body. It's what you are at a soul level. And it's not as vague as you might think. When we do certain practices and when we really get in touch with ourselves, we find out what they are. They're not, they become much more tangible to us. So they're not that vague as you might think. But they are very important because it's what you are at your core. And the more that we keep developing and coming into ourselves, the deeper we go, the more parts of ourselves that unfold, and even the parts of us that are already there, they unfold in a different way. They grow and they expand. So ideally you want a partner who, matches your core values at those different levels. So that there's that strong glue that's there, because you're always going to be changing and transforming through all of your relationships, whether you are with one person through your whole life or the majority of your life, or you keep changing relationships. You'll see that you've done a lot of transformation in either case as you look back. So you're constantly changing. So a soulmate relationship is really one that you were born for the same purpose. There's a purpose that is larger than just your own lives, even like I have this vision in my life and I want to make this amount of money, or I want to have kids, even beyond family. Soulmate relationships, it's kind of like it has to do with what are you leaving behind in this world, on this planet. When we really come down to it, it comes to that. And it doesn't mean that you have to now leave society and become this yogi or something. That's not what I'm talking about. But you can bring in those soul aspects and they become really just the most fulfilling relationships. And you will feel life mirror back this love to you that you know yourself to be. But anyway, I went way too much into detail into this than I intended for this particular video. But now I want to get to the steps. So how do you manifest a soulmate relationship? So the first step towards that is to know yourself as whole. And this means self-love. So we have to come into this deep knowing of ourselves, and those parts of ourselves that we have denied and we sort of suppressed. All of us have these parts. It's not just some people, and I've been speaking about this in other videos. I won't go into too much detail, but it has to do with all of these parts that we suppressed of ourselves, and we're not fully aware what's happening in our body, what's how our emotions are, what we're really feeling, what's going on at an internal level. And when we come into more self-awareness of that is self-love, because then we start to accept those parts of ourselves and we see them also as perfect. So that is the first step. When we really delve into self-love, we know ourselves as whole because we love ourselves and we accept ourselves as whole. So know yourself as whole, number one. And then the number two thing is something that I hadn't been doing so far. This is very recent that I discovered that delving so deep into self-love is really, really important. It's the first primary step, and it's perhaps the most important step. But there is another aspect too, and that is that you need to allow yourself to be seen fully by others too. You know yourself fully, you know yourself as whole, but let others also see all parts of you. Let them also embrace and love all parts of you. So sometimes what happens is that we can have through our self-love practices or spiritual practices, awareness practices, whatever you want to call them, manifesting practices, we have come into this this self-love. But there can be these more surface beliefs that we still hold, that are remnants of the old, that are not that strong and anchored. We still have a lot of self-love for ourselves, but there can still be these old beliefs that sort of linger around for some reason, that if I fully come across as this, it's too much and nobody will love me, or I won't find the exact love that I want. Or you can have this belief that if all parts of me, that no man or woman, whatever you're into, no man or woman will or any of the genders actually, non-binary, whatever it is, but no person, let's put it this way, no person that I want to be in a romantic relationship with, that I want to have as my partner can accept and the whole of me. That there can be this subconscious belief that it's too good to be true. Nobody is going to match me on all levels. They're not going to be able to handle all of these things that I've ignited within myself. I'm a woman who is soft, but she's also very strong, and she has these firm boundaries. I'm also I don't know, like I have this strong guidance, but I'm also this free and like a rebel, and there's no person, no man, let's say in my case, no man who can handle all of that. He just doesn't exist. And there can be, you might not even fully know that you have these beliefs. They're running behind the scenes. So though that's also important to address, is to allow yourself to come as you are, and allow others to embrace you. You deserve that. And actually, don't we love loving other people? We love it when other people come to us and they give us a chance to love themselves, and these different parts of themselves, and we see, oh, my friend, I've always known her to be this way, but there's this new side of her that's emerging, and it might even be weird in the beginning, but then if we really love them, we see, and we're joyful for that, and we love them for it, and we're like, oh, this is interesting, this is curious. And so you allow others to love you as you are, and see you in your wholeness. So then you can work with how to do this. If you've had this subconscious belief, is to kind of have that affirmation and affirm that from now on, I only attract people in romantic relationships who accept me fully. I know that they exist, and I am in a relationship with someone who fully loves me for all of me, all aspects of me. They receive me as I am. They receive me in my wholeness, and they love me fully for the woman that I am. All sides of me. So yeah, if you really want to add a third step, then that can be that you also, while you are doing your manifestation practices, you also accept them fully as they are. So they you can imagine all these parts of you that exist, the different sides of you that exist. For example, in my case, the different feminine sides that exist, all the aspects of my personality, all of these different aspects at these different levels, the socioeconomic, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, whatever your current awareness is about that. You see that person that you want to attract in your life, or that if it's a specific person, then you see them accepting all of those parts of you. So the first thing is to know those parts of you. That's why the first step is know yourself, accept yourself, allow others to also fully accept that. And the third step is then you can also, if you are doing these meditations or practices, you accept them fully as they are. So you see all the different sides of them too, and you see yourself loving it, opening up to it fully. So that is, in a basic way, how you attract soulmate relationships. This is not a practice to be done only once. Of course, we have to live in this until it becomes really anchored in the body and we're feeling it all the time. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions, any comments about this, and show this channel some love. It's a new channel. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to watch, and don't forget to check out everything that I told you about at the beginning of this video. My personal services. You can have Skype sessions with me if you really want to manifest fulfilling, a fulfilling life. So whatever you want to manifest in your life, that is at a soul aligned level, those are the most fulfilling manifestations, then check out my personal services. I have a course coming up. You can register for that below, and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.